All right. So we had done up to we had studied Sutra number 26. And if you remember, the word I had used was blockbuster sutra. Yes. So I don't know if you have thought about it. Before this sutra, master was talking about how chakras are energy transformers. And if you remember, we had done the meditation on white light and seen how that is making use of the fact that our aura itself is a transformer. So up to down energies are physicalized, down to up energies are spiritualized. You remember okay, just one moment again. So we did the meditation on white light, and I hope you found that interesting. I hope you have studied it in the book, the basic pranic healing book, Ancient Science and Art. I'd given you the page number. I think around page 180 it is there. So please do look at it and see if you can do it at least once a day, especially if you are a healer. You do healings regularly. And some people had requested me in the past for an audio. They said if you can record, this audio so that it helps us in doing it like a guided thing. If you are interested, just give us feedback, and then we can think of making an audio like that. All right. So sutra number 26. आपने सोचा इसके बारे में? Did you think about it? These sutras require you to think over and over again. What is called contemplation, or in Sanskrit called manana. You need to keep thinking or meditate on them. And my suggestion to you is they will reveal so much understanding of the world around us. You see, because our experience of the world, our perception of pure matter, not there. Our experience of pure energy with consciousness, again limited. If you are able to do very good meditation, you have very good experiences in meditation, perhaps you are experiencing. But what we experience is essentially mixtures of pure matter and pure energy with consciousness. Yeah. So that is what is the different states of matter. Sometimes in meditation, of course, one may experience, the body melting and, the body dissolving. You're a being of pure light. That is something there. You feel like you are made up of nothing. So that is possible. Now, one more way of thinking about the last sutra is that please understand that this material, non-material. When we say material things, non-material things, this is relative. Now, for example, if you are from the physical body, the gross physical body level, considering the etheric body, that seems to be non-material. That seems to be like it is pure energy with consciousness. But when you come to the etheric body level, then the astral body, because that is more energy with consciousness, less matter. So that seems to be non-material, and the physical body, the gross physical body, seems to be completely material. आप समझ रहे हैं? At each plane, the plane above, that means the less gross plane, the more subtle plane, that seems to be non-material, and the plane below seems to be more material or pure material. But in fact, all this is relative. Relative. So just think about, if you think about this sutra, if you maybe take a print and keep it in front of you or make a photocopy, think and spend 10 minutes every day thinking about this, you will start understanding so much more about the world in front of us. And another point, what are we doing in pranic healing? When we do pranic healing to somebody, especially when you do psychotherapy, you are trying to increase the quantity of pure energy with consciousness. If you look at diseased energy, that seems to be more gross. more dense. Yes. And pure energy, pure prana, even pure divine energy, that seems to be, especially when you use electric violet and gold, these are then fairly, or let's say relatively, purer energies with consciousness. Yeah. Okay, let's go on. I think I otherwise I can take another session on this sutra. So let's come to sutra number 27. Through intuitive and higher intelligence, it can be sensed that the universe is undergoing a series of expansion and contraction, a series of creation and destruction. So when Master says intuitive and higher intelligence, he is referring to what is often called buddhi. You know, the man or the manas is the thinking, the lower mental ability, but the buddhi is the higher intelligence or the intuitive intelligence. This is where we are able to understand things that are beyond perception or beyond the analytical mind. You see, our usual way of knowing things is either through direct perception or by what in Sanskrit is called anuman, through estimation or through projection. There is smoke, so there must be a fire. You understand? I see somebody who has a bruise, so that means that person must have got an injury. So you come to conclusions. That is how you know a lot of things. But highly spiritually developed people, they exhibit buddhi. So they are able to get to knowledge directly without the need for perception, without the need for analysis, without the need for logical constructs. Now, coming to what the sutra is saying, I was just talking about intuitive and higher intelligence. If we talk about what the sutra is actually saying, Master is telling us it can be sensed that the universe is undergoing a series of expansion and contraction, a series of creation and destruction. And the good news is that science also agrees, both on the expansion and contraction and on the creation and destruction. Yeah. Actually, now this sutra also, if you think about it, it has a lot of depth. You see, isn't this like breathing? जब हम breathe करते हैं, when we inhale, our aura expands. When we exhale, the aura contracts to an extent. Yes or no? So this is, now you think about, the earlier sutras 14 and 15. Just turn pages on your book, come to pages, the sutras 14 and 15. They are, in my edition, they are on page 38 and 39. Now, what is Master talking about over there? Now, when you put these two things together, we are now getting greater evidence that actually there are great beings whose body is the planet, or another great being, this entire solar system, or the even greater being, the entire galaxy, even greater being, the universe. And they are also living beings. They are inhaling. I mean, they, like we are taking in oxygen and prana, their level of inhalation is different. But the fact is, they are also inhaling and exhaling at their own level. They are also having energy bodies which are pulsating. So, how this sutra helped me personally. I was, with my science and technology background, I was, you can say a non-believer. क्या बोलते हैं उसको? The person who doesn't believe in God. I was a person like that. But, reading sutras like this, I started understanding. Now I have a comprehension limited of the planetary God, or what we call Ishvara. Ishwar, you've heard the Sanskrit or the Hindi term, Ishwar. So now I can comprehend, yes, there is perhaps a being whose body or whose aura is the aura of the earth, whose body is the earth and whose aura is the aura of the earth. And that great being is also having an energy body which is pulsating. something like that. You know, please do think about it, and, do share if, you are getting some insights into this. All right, let's go on. Sutra number 28. The Supreme God is the all pervasive energy with consciousness. This all pervasive energy is very subtle and almost imperceptible. It is super steady, at the same time all powerful. It does not have form. This supreme being or universal, pervasive, intelligent energy is what we call the Supreme God, who is formless. This is how MCKS experiences the Supreme God. So we are getting direct evidence that Master Choa was God realized. In in spiritual development, there is the first goal is soul realization, or what we call an arhat, and then there is the holy master, the God realized person. Now, when master is able to describe how he has experienced Supreme God, we get a clue that he is either God realized or very close to that stage. What we call a fifth initiate. Okay, let's quickly understand the words here. All pervasive. All pervasive means pervades everything. God is in everything, everything is in God. Yeah. And if you now read this with, this, we have seen all, when we say God is in everything, now everything we know is pure matter, pure energy with consciousness. And this all pervasive energy with consciousness is what we are calling God. So God is in everything, everything is in God. Now, when Master says subtle, almost imperceptible, it's like the fragrance of a flower or a perfume. Sometimes you can have a very strong perfume, but, think of a very, very subtle perfume. It is there, it is all around. You don't know where it is coming from, but you have to pay attention to be able to sense it. Super steady. So not pulsating, not expanding, not contracting. Now here Master is giving us another very high teaching. These great beings who are occupying, for example, whose body is the planet Earth, whose body is the solar system, they are not Supreme God, but they are in Supreme God. Because we've just seen in the previous sutra, their energy bodies are pulsating. Whereas here Master is telling us, Supreme God, this is pure energy with consciousness, which is super steady. So no pulsation, no expansion, no contraction. All right, let's see the power of this sutra. So may I suggest, just please scan your inner aura, scan your spiritual cord, scan your crown chakra. So scan your inner aura, scan your spiritual cord, scan your crown chakra. I'm scanning my own. You, of course, please do your own. All right. Now, once you have done that, my request is please close your eyes. I will slowly read this and you mentally repeat with me. Okay. So just be still and close your eyes. The Supreme God is the all pervasive energy with consciousness. The Supreme God is the all pervasive energy with consciousness. This all pervasive energy is very subtle and almost imperceptible. It is super steady, at the same time all powerful. It does not have form. This Supreme Being or universal, pervasive, intelligent energy is what we call the Supreme God who is formless. This Supreme Being or universal, pervasive, intelligent energy is what we call the Supreme God who is formless. This is how MCKS experiences the Supreme God. Just be still, be aware. Om Namo Parabrahman. Om. You can chant with me verbally or mentally. Om Namo Parabrahman. Om. 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 Just relax, be still, be aware. Be aware of the stillness, the super steady stillness within you. Slowly, please open your eyes. I hope you are okay. How do you feel? Would you like to give some feedback? Did you feel the steadiness in the silence? No, it's okay if you didn't. I just want to get some feedback. So much. All right, very good. You can, I think, unmute yourself if you'd like to say something. Feeling sleepy. Oh, okay. That's all right. Anyway, we may be over energized, so let's not stay in that state. Please raise your hands. Imagine the earth in front of you. I'm stopping the recording, but people who go through the recording, please at this time, please do blessings, do rooting, and if you need, do exercises.